Hello and welcome to another episode of Merrimack Police Department's Community Update. My name is Captain Peter Albert and my guest today is Officer Greg Walters and his K-9 and the newest member of our police department, Gunny. Welcome, Greg.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here. Greg, we asked you to come on the show to introduce Gunny to the citizens of Merrimack and to just basically ask you a few questions. First of all, where does Gunny get his name from?
It's going to get his name from the word gunny is a nickname for a gunnery sergeant in the Marine Corps, which I used to be. And some of the guys would tell me that I should go with that name with the gunny. And started off as kind of a joking, but then it actually stuck and we kept with it.
All right. And what breed is Gunny?
He's a German Shepherd.
Okay. And how old is he?
He's approximately 21 months right now.
And where did the town purchase Gunny from?
From Compatible K-9 in Brookline, Mass.
Okay.
So it's okay.
And how much did Gunny cost?
He was $5,000.
Okay. And where did the funds come from to purchase Gunny?
The funds came through donations from the town of Merrimack. A lot of the other groups and organizations donated some of their funds and also their services for the K-9 program.
Now, have you had any training with Gunny?
Yes. I spent 14 weeks down at Boston Police Academy, or K-9 Academy for patrol school.
Okay. And I take it that you and Gunny graduated?
Yes. Yep.
And what were some of the skills that Gunny learned in the academy?
Well, Gunny knows everything already. It's more me doing the learning. But we learned tracking, basically finding somebody all in different environments, across roads, through fields. Sit. We also learned building searches. If someone has broken into a home and we need to go in and find them or a business. Sit. We do that. We also learned obedience. The importance of obedience is when we're telling him to do certain commands, that he has to respond to those, whether we're calling him back from an apprehension or something like that. There should be no question in his mind what to do. Also to article recovery, plots. In that, what he looks for is any object with human scent on it, whether it is something taken, for instance, a shoe, a screwdriver, a gun. He'll learn to find that. One of the things with Gunny, he gets really anxious when you take him out of the car. He's ready to work. So he's in here looking to do something, and he's letting me know that he's ready to go.
Okay. Now, is this something with Gunny's age? Does that change as he gets older?
A little bit. When he becomes a little more mature, he'll settle down a little bit. We still have a period where we have to get used to each other, learning different habits about each other, and that just goes through constant training that we do on a daily basis.
Okay. Now, as his handler, does Gunny live with you?
Yes, he stays with me. The cold nights, I have a place in the cellar for him, and then he also has a 10 by 10 pen in the backyard that he can hang out in and enjoy the fresh air.
Now, how do Gunny and your family interact? How's that go?
Great at home. He's happy-go-lucky. I have a couple kids, and he's very friendly with them. You wouldn't know he was a police dog at home.
Now, how long has Gunny actually been out on patrol?
Since December 18th of 2009.
Okay. And has he been called in for any special assignments?
Yes, we did. We've done 3 tracks with him so far.
Yep.
2 of them was at the Cinemagic, and 1 was for a home invasion that occurred.
Okay. Now, I understand that one of the Cinemagic crime scenes, you located some key evidence.
Yes. What we found was where the getaway car was parked, if you will. Also where there's the victim's cell phone that was taken. The Gunny found that, and he also found the area where the suspect laid in wait to ambush the victim.
Is Gunny going to be receiving any further training?
Yes. During the summer, we're going through a narcotics school, and the other training we're going to be doing is going to be doing we're going to do a PD1 through the USPCA. And that's a national program which gives us a national certification, which is good for us. Just gives us more credibility helps better for testifying in court that there's someone other than Boston police who worked with the certification.
Okay. Now, Greg, was there some type of documentation prior to the department acquiring Gunny? Was there any type of documentation as to a need for a canine?
Yes, we did, over 3 years, we researched how many times we had the canines called out. We had to use other departments, practically done 72 times. And a third of those times, we were unable to get a dog to come in, just one wasn't on duty at the time. So we compiled that and determined that there was definitely a need for a canine team.
Now, have you done any other introductions with Gunny for the community?
Done a demo with the Daisies, did an article search and some obedience. Also the Citizens Academy, did a demo with them, where he had did an article search and then did some apprehension work.
Okay. And I understand he met the town council.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
Great. So I understand you're going to be. We're going to go outside in a minute, and we're going to do some demonstrations with Gunny.
Yes.
Okay.
Sergeant Dillon was acting as a decoy. He has a bite sleeve on. We show up with lights and sirens. One, it announces our presence. Two, helps key up the dog a little bit. Sergeant Dillon's playing a part of someone trying to break into the car. While he's doing that, we approach. In his right hand, he has a red practice gun. Then when the gun comes out, we send the dog in. It does a couple things. One, with the dog going against an armed suspect versus just myself, there's two of us in the fight. If it is a real situation, that I will be there in the fight with them. Tell them good boy, because to the dog it's the same as catching a frisbee. After that happens, I have the decoy stop fighting, and then we take the dog off the bite sleeve. From there we stopped. I had the Sergeant Dillon back up. Part of that is we also have the dog lay down. It's control with the dog, that he's going to listen to what we say. He stays there, and it's also there for protection. We did a mock pat-down search, searching for weapons or whatnot. So I did the search on one side. As I went around to the other side and searched, started getting into the push with the dog without any commands, and then he engages into the decoy. Basically, to kind of exercise complete. The dog gets the reward of grabbing the sleeve, which is a lot of fun to him. From there, we then out him off and nice and clean, and in that part of the exercise. Basically, a fleeing felon with a gun being chased by another officer. During the chase, Sergeant Dillon throws the gun off to the side to get rid of it. The police officer is going to stay with the suspect to capture him, the fleeing felon. Upon my arrival, I'm given the information that the suspect went through here. We saw him throw a gun, and they would bring the dog out. I use a 2-inch collar and a long lead. The reason for the 2-inch collar reduces stress on the dog's neck, so I'm not giving him corrections if he runs past out of the line. And the longer line just gives him more room to work, keeps me out of the way. What I want to do when I go there, look at the wind direction. I want to be downwind of where the article may be, so that way the article is giving off what's called a scent cone. And you can see almost like an ice cream cone going out. The scent travels in that area. Once the dog finds it, you can see a head snap, and then the dog starts searching for it. The dog, as he was searching through, came around, and then as he came back into that scent cone, he went back up, and he was nose down. He just kept going. He was getting closer and closer, kind of going back and forth, working that scent cone. The gun was actually underneath the snow, which is a harder scent to find. It's on that small tunnel, if you will, where the gun went through. Then the dog digs through. My particular dog is gun is a retriever, which means he'll dig through and pick up the article and bring it back to me. Then I have him drop the article down. And basically exercise complete.